What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast, Season 3.
Hi.
From AM to PM. I am AM. She is PM. It's our initials. Isn't that cute?
So cute.
Okay. It is Corona time. It is quarantine.
It's COVID-19 time.
Yeah. So that gives us a lot of stuff to talk about.
Oh, my gosh. So many things, y'all.
Yeah. Parenting has been a challenge. I think it's definitely up to the game.
I don't even think it's just parenting. I think lifing in general has been a challenge.
Being married has been more of a challenge.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it's,
Oh, I didn't know that.
having
Let's tell us all your thoughts, Asa. No, I mean, we're used to working together. He's speechless.
I'm looking for the words.
Let's all enjoy this moment. No, but
wow.
We're used to
So if you haven't been on the podcast before, it's a little more real. No,
We're
the vlogs are real.
Yeah.
This is just us
with no filter.
Unedited.
So we're used to working together all day, every day. But we're not used to working together, parenting together, living together, waking up, like all the things. Like,
yeah,
there's never a break.
Well, and that's what I was, that's what I mean. Is like our challenge is
so we've
on our
switched
marriage
from coffee to liquor.
Yeah, here we go. So this is a new
Cheers.
addition. This is a bourbon mash requested by the lady, and so that's what we're rolling with. I have no audio on the camera right now.
Oh,
that's okay. I'll use this audio. It's no big deal.
okay.
Yeah.
So we're calling it Quarantine and Cocktails.
It's been a long time since I podcasted. I messed up. It's okay. I'll fix it. Yeah, Quarantine and Cocktails. That's a good one. I like that. I like that. So yeah, my point was like the challenges that we face has had an effect on our marriage.
Sure.
And not like
negatively.
Not like a negative. Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, just more challenging,
I mean, there's more times I always tell you guys that you always have to love them, but you don't always have to like them. And there have been more non-likable moments the past however long we've been doing this
right
now.
Well, and
it's not that we don't like each other, but we're stressed with other things going on.
Yeah.
I was never meant to be a stay-at-home mom. Definitely not a homeschool mom. That is not in my genes. That's not my DNA. And it's stressful. And then you put autism on top of it, and it makes it even more stressful. And then Abby's school has a lot of requirements. It's not just like, yeah, we say we do this and we do it.
well, and I don't know that. I mean, I don't want to say that because it's not a bunch of requirements. It's like, here's our assignments. See if you can get 2 done. But we want to do
We're go-getters.
all of them. I don't know.
I don't
And that
like
seems
leaving boxes unchecked.
right.
So,
But and that's what I was saying. With all the stresses that we're facing and everything. Like, I mean, let's personal time, like you and me time.
right.
That's non-existent.
Like they never leave, y'all. And they don't sleep very often.
It
just doesn't happen.
yeah. We don't have little kids anymore. They're
They're all awake
all the
in
time.
our face
Always.
all the time. It's like they like us.
Can't
or
even
something.
trick them, Like there's a monster upstairs. Don't go upstairs. It's not going to happen.
No.
So that's been a challenge. So, we've gone on walks together and stuff. We go for like a drive. Like if Priscilla has to go do something, I'll ride with her.
So you don't have to worry about any quarantine babies coming from the Moss household is what we're trying to say.
That's exactly right. Hey, this podcast might not be for kids.
So the other thing that I've been super stressed about is Isaiah's activities. He's a senior, and I can't cry. A lot of them. This is not a
crying.
I know.
This is a drinking podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Cheers again.
Yeah.
A lot of his events have gotten either postponed. They haven't postponed anything, but they've canceled. They canceled prom.
Yeah.
They canceled grad bash. We were able to do
Postpone
a prom
until further notice, I guess, because they haven't really said it's not happening. But you know, I'm sitting like they haven't all the graduation. They haven't said it's not happening,
right?
But they haven't given us a plan moving
right.
forward.
For that one, they haven't. But the other things they've canceled. And that's tough as a parent of a senior. And, we've always talked about having Isaiah is our typical child. And then with Abigail, obviously, she's on the autism spectrum. And so we do like our quote unquote typical family things with Isaiah. And so this is our only chance to do that. And so I think it makes it even more tough. We just got his graduation announcements in the mail. Like, my dad lives in Seattle. They've already said they can't fly out here.
Right.
Because flights are canceled till the end of May. And I know in the grand scheme of things, these are like first world problems. I get it. Like, I'm not oblivious to that. But it still doesn't make it any easier for my mama heart.
Yeah. And I think, and that's important. Like, during all of this, and I don't want to preach, it's not what we came here for, but like during all this, like everybody's facing challenges because it's out of the norm for everyone, financial, hopes and dreams dashed, people not being able to finish something that they started 13 years ago, the way that they expected it to happen. Like, man, I relate a lot of this stuff to like getting a diagnosis for your child. It's this how you envision things to happen. Like Isaiah's still going to graduate from high school. This is not how he envisioned it,
Right. Well, and he's been so amazing with it. I mean, he's actually like getting up and doing his schoolwork. I'm like, this is like senioritis times 20 if I were in his shoes.
Right.
I'd be like, I'm not doing this. Like, I already got accepted to college. Like, no exam is being taken place except for AP. Like, IB, they're not making him take exams. Like, he's doing way better than I would be because don't listen to this, Isaiah.
I mean, he's got a little bit of senioritis going on.
He does, but he's still getting all his work done, and he has A's and B's.
He had one class today, and he did it in bed.
Hey, he got it done. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So how are you guys doing?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I was going to ask the same question. I want to know how you guys are doing. So on Anchor, if you download the Anchor app, where we upload these podcasts to, you can actually leave us little voicemails. So, if you just want to say hi, whatever, let us know how you're doing, that kind of thing. Or you can comment on the video version of this podcast and let us know how you're doing with the whole parenting thing. Becoming all of a sudden you're homeschool teacher, and you have to, some of us, like some people in the workforce don't do online things, you know, like now all of a sudden you're having to conference from home, like that lady in that viral video that was, oh my gosh,
poor thing.
She went to use the bathroom on Zoom and didn't realize her camera was on. And I mean, it's a lot.
Well, and like my PTA ladies, they're not used to doing stuff like that.
Right.
And so we had our first PTA meeting on Zoom, and they were just in awe of how this is all working. And, I use it for my business all the time. So it's really neat to see how businesses are really thinking outside of the box. We try to support small businesses when we can. I think it's super important. And I love when they come up with like a quirky way to make sure that they don't have to close their doors.
Right.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, people are really thinking outside the box on this. The spirit, I love the spirit of it. And I know a lot of people are, they're down. They're just, they feel like they're never going to recover from this. But they still have that fighting spirit, and that's just, I don't know. That's what makes us great.
Don't be judging my quarantine nails, by the way, and my roots. I had to cancel both appointments.
It's tough.
It is.
It's
so
tough.
Shut up.
I get it.
Asa,
no, again, that's something.
It's
outside of the norm. Yeah, I can't find any. They're out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out.
They were giving them away with packs of toilet paper, so they didn't have any.
So that's something we should talk about is like how you're dealing with day to day, like getting up and getting ready for your day.
I have a new rule. Oh. As long as you do, I mean, you may not even shower every day. I don't know. That's up to you. But like, as long as you do some hygiene within 24 hours of the last time you did hygiene, then I don't think it matters. The days just all blend together now. Like it's just one ongoing thing. So it doesn't matter if it's 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. As long as it happens within a 24-hour period, who cares?
Like what kind of hygiene are we talking about?
I mean, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Oh, we're not going by that rule in this house. Like we need to put real clothes on Or at least like comfortable clothes,
No,
out of pajamas.
Sure. Yeah, but I mean, like if I took a shower at 4 p.m., I might go till 4 p.m. the next day before I take another shower.
Well, that's fine. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Now, brushing teeth, it's got to happen in the morning and at night.
That has to happen.
But that's definitely been different. I wouldn't say that I care less. I just don't think about what I'm putting on as much because you don't have to plan for the day.
Right.
You don't have to go, okay, well, I got to get up and I got to go to this place. Unless you have like a meeting online or something. But even then, most people are pretty chill.
Well, and it was funny when we did our Sunday night, we always do our Sunday night family meetings. Like we had 0 appointments to go to. Like we always have something.
Yeah, we usually have like 4
appointments / meetings, and we have 0. And I'm like, what do we do? And holy cow, you guys, I have a cooking channel. So we cook a lot. But I definitely don't cook 3 meals every time, like all day, every day.
I would say you probably cook, out of the 21 meals in a week, you're probably cooking 18.
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah. Anywhere from 15 to 18.
Well, sometimes the kids just get cereals and bars and that kind of stuff. So I usually don't cook breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast, yeah.
But lunch and dinner, we've been on it.
Yeah.
But we try probably twice a week. We'll eat out at a local restaurant. And I say eat out, we order it and then pick it up and bring it back home.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's to save my sanity, but the other part is to help them because if we're not buying from them, they can't stay open.
Right.
So
financially speaking, this is just, the YouTube world is feeling it too.
Yeah.
You may not know that. It's not something that would really come up in our vlogs. We're not really talking in depth about the quarantine and stuff like that. It's just not our topic in the vlogs. But financially speaking, so, we make our money off of ad revenue. Companies are hurting for money because they're not making money. The market's just plummeting. And these companies are the ones that purchase these ads. Well, there's less ads to go around. That means that creators make less ad revenue. So, end of the day, like it's been on a constant decline since the end of last month.
Yeah.
So, like the last week and a half. That's with every business. I feel like most businesses, unless you make masks for, medical masks,
honestly,
because their business is booming.
The makeup world has not. We've had an increase.
Really?
And I think it's because people are at home and they can't go out and get like their spa treatments.
Right.
So they're doing more in-home spa treatments, which is great. And then, I don't know, sometimes like putting makeup on makes you feel better. And so I've definitely had an increase because of that.
And I think retail therapy.
Yeah.
Because I feel that on so many levels.
He wants to buy all the things.
That's
I'm like,
not
we're
true.
not buying that.
I went shopping the other day, like online. I was like, okay, I want this and this and this, and like, and I felt good about it. And it's all tools for the job. I write them all. It's all things I can write off. But still, it was a good feeling.
I bought Abby some new bathing suits because they were $10 from Justice. So
I'm not, but
and we have a pool.
You know how that is. When it's like, I can't. You want something to show up at the door and you can open it. And
yeah,
it's new and shiny. It's a therapy thing, I think, too. So people still are shopping online if they can. What else? What else has been a struggle for you?
So tomorrow's my mom's birthday.
Ooh.
That's a struggle. And I know people have been celebrating birthdays and, just senior nights, that kind of stuff. And that always gets me teared up. But we're just going to try to make it as special as possible with the circumstances. And so I know if we're still doing this next month, it'll be hard for Abigail's birthday.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what we'll be doing in a month. It's crazy to think like that.
It is crazy to think like that. One thing we were talking about earlier today was the impact that this has. Like, I don't know, and we could be totally wrong. I don't know that anything has had this impact on, like, okay, I've seen the memes. They're like, well, World War II veterans and stuff like that. They're like, listen, kids, like, really? It's a disease. It's a virus. Come on. But I don't know that, like, in the world's history that we've had anything that has impacted nearly every person on the planet to some extent.
Well, that's what I was telling you earlier is that it won't be one of those things that you're like, did you hear about the coronavirus in 2020? And somebody's gonna be like, no.
Right.
Like everybody has heard of it.
Right. Like there's things that everybody knew about.
Like
9/11.
9/11. Yeah.
Right. But that did not affect Paris.
Right.
You know?
This is
the Paris bombings did not affect us.
Right. This has affected every country.
It's just crazy.
It's so crazy to think about. I feel really bad for like the moms that are giving birth and nobody can be there. That's tough.
Yeah. There's so much that's just that's been hard.
There's so much that's been good.
There is.
Oh, I just kicked the camera. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I mean, we started a little garden.
We did.
That's so much fun.
The family time that we have found, we made pizzas tonight. Like all of us made our own little
personal pan pizzas.
Yeah. You know what? We never would have done that before. Not even joking. Like never would have done that unless one of us was like, hey, here's a fun video idea.
Right.
You know what I mean? The first time we did that was before we ever started vlogging. But I think the second time we did that on your channel. Right?
We've done it with my family before. Remember we went to my mom's and that was fun.
Yeah. But we've done it a few times. But, you know, my point is like these family activities, you take those things for granted. You take that time for granted.
We used to have board night games with Isaiah.
Board game nights, yeah.
Board game nights. All the time.
She's only drank like 4 sips. So it's not the drink.
All the time. And we stopped doing that when he got older because, you know, he's hanging out with friends and doing whatever 18-year-old boys do. But now we've gotten that back.
Yeah.
Summer and I were talking. We were like, oh, we need to do skip bow.
That's a fun game.
So just, I don't know, having that family time. I know it sounds dorky and like very Brady Bunch, but.
Like, would I have preferred him to go to his regular prom? Of course.
Yeah.
You know, still breaks my heart. Will that be a memory though that it's in my mind forever? Of course. Like, I mean, that was special.
Yeah.
It was very special. And he was so appreciative.
He was.
You know, of course, there's that moment of like, oh, well, it's my family. You know, I mean, he's 18 years old. He wants to go hang out with his friends. But like the next day he woke up talking about it and how much fun he had and just how much he appreciated it. Obviously, he's not going to have as much fun as he is with his friends,
right.
But it's a different kind of fun.
I think the other thing that I have enjoyed so much is being in the kitchen with Abigail.
Yeah.
Like,
and she's into it.
It's a train
most of
wreck.
the time.
It's such a train wreck. But it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, she and I have so much fun.
Your channels turn into like mother and daughter cooking time.
Or something.
I
don't even know. We made zucchini bread, and you guys have to go watch that vlog. Y'all, I don't even know how it came out edible. Like, I don't have a clue. It was like zucchini soup. When we put it in the food processor, we used the wrong blade. I keep saying we, like Abby had anything to do with it. I'm the one. I called my dad and asked him and everything, and still messed it up. But that's okay. It worked out. It cooked for like 2 hours. It took to cook because it was so soft. But it worked out.
Yeah. Super cute video too.
Yeah. So she's really enjoying being in the kitchen. So as far as homeschooling goes, I've decided that she is not a academic student.
Yeah.
That's not her thing. And I told her teacher that, and she's like, that's fine. I'm like, life skills? She is all about life skills.
Yeah.
She loves switching laundry. She loves vacuuming. She loves wiping the counters down.
So that's why mom took life skills and dad took.
Yeah. Academics, she's like, no thanks. I'm like, I feel you, girl.
So next week when we sit down and talk, I want to talk about, I got a couple of things. Homeschool related stuff that I want to dive into a little bit. So if you guys have questions for us on that stuff, make sure you leave that, down below. Not like, we're not homeschool experts by any stretch. I'm not talking about questions like that. I'm talking questions like if you have questions for us from stuff you see in the vlog or whatever. So you have questions, leave them. We'll try to address some of that stuff. But then also, me being a control freak. We'll talk about that next week. Yeah, saucy.
Ooh, you're gonna get lots of people on here.
Maybe I'll get preloaded. I'll have another drink before we
take shots. Shot.
Okay, that's all the time we have for today. I'm lying. We have as much time as we want because we can't go anywhere. But we're trying to keep these kind of bite size a little bit shorter than they were last season. Hopefully, we can be a little more consistent with them and get more of them out there, and we can actually get to bed on time. So.
Thank y'all so much.
Guys.
We appreciate it.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
We have to take a selfie.
Okay.
With all of our stuff on. I'm going to put it on my Instagram.